Hey, soul fam, Amelia Adair here. I hope you guys are. I hope you guys are feeling good and doing good. I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. Y'all know I got a great topic for you today. Let's get into some things, soul fam. This topic is definitely going to be heating up. That's why I got my fan. This is one of my favorite topics. I know we talk about a lot of things on our channel because we're trying to elevate and we're trying to grow 360. Okay, you can't talk about one thing and not talk about another thing and expect to grow and elevate. So we're going to just talk about some things, bring some clarity to you, all right, so that you can start to do what you need to do, okay? And applied knowledge is key. Look, I didn't even start yet and I'm heating up, Ooh, or maybe that's just a glow. We'll see. All right, so fam, so let's jump into today's topic. Ooh, let's talk about some things. Let's talk about where we are spiritually, okay? And y'all see the breath? This is a sensitive topic, so fam. So be sure that you take notes, one, and you do research at the end. I see a lot of people that just don't do no research, okay? Do some research, okay? Please and thank you. Ooh. Now let's jump right into today's topic because as I know, it's gonna get good. I might have to do a part 2 to this because I had to write a list because I didn't want to lose any pointers, okay? Topics like this are real, okay? So let's jump into where are you spiritually, all right? So what does it mean for you? All right, what does spirituality mean to you? One way that I really grow spiritually personally is I keep my foundation strong, okay? Excuse me. And I realize that this makes life so much easier because you have a reference, okay? As humans, we love to connect things, right, in order to understand them. Okay, now if you are spiritual, right, and you don't have a foundation, it can get sticky, right? It can get sticky because you don't have that solid understanding, okay, that was here before time. So obviously, you've been following me, you know my channel. I have a Christian foundation, okay? Having my Christian foundation keeps clarity, okay, through Christ, all right? Now, I'm not sure what you are, okay, but you can use this and use it for whatever works for you. Now, when I say I have a Christ foundation, one, that's where I was raised in, but you can grow, right, beyond that, okay? Some people agree, some people disagree. You can agree, you can disagree. You have your own choice, okay? Let's get into some things, all right? So when you have a house, right, so fam, you have a foundation. If you don't have a solid foundation for your house and you confused and anyone could come in and blow your house down, right? Your house is made out of straw, if your house is made out of sticks, anyone could come and blow your house down. What does that mean? That means your relationship with God has to be so solid and sturdy, right? That no one could come and easily say, that's not true. And then you can easily just believe them because they have a big following or they sound convincing, right? So oftentimes, so fam, what I see is people don't have a solid foundation in their spiritual connection with God and their relationship with God, so they're easily turned, right? And someone that's easily turned more than likely doesn't have a solid foundation with God, with their God, okay? So be mindful, soul fam, that as you open into the spiritual world, that you're not just following and not doing your own research. That's why you see how I started. Do your research, okay? Not just on Google. If your spirituality, this was later in the topic, but I'm gonna address it now because if your spirituality is based off Google Okay? Understand what you're getting into. Understand the foundation of Google. Okay? And if you have a Google spirituality, let the church say no. Ooh. Upper lip. Look at the upper lip. Okay. Sweating. Sweating for you, babe. Sweating for you. Ooh. Google gaga. No, so fam. As you grow into the spiritual world, you have to have solid resources. Okay? So one thing that we even learned in school, when we write papers and I write blogs and things like that, it has to be a credible source. You have to know what a credible source is. Google is not a credible source. Okay? YouTube is not a credible source. Take what you need to take so it can lead you to a bigger, solid piece of information. Okay? When you're working with websites like Google and YouTube, you have to do your research because you have to peel out the frauds, right? Peel out the ones that just have clout opposed to the ones that's actually about what they talk about, right? They actually live the life they say they live. Because it's easy to go up here and post highlights and not be honest with your audience, okay? And nine times out of 10, so fam, someone who's speaking the truth, they're not gonna be in that big light. People don't like truth, right? People do not like truth. That is gonna scare people away. And if you've been walking in your spiritual journey, you'll understand that as you've been being truthful to yourself, it has not been flattering to others. Okay? In living a spiritual, truthful life is, I want to say difficult, but it's not difficult, but it takes a lot of strength and it takes a lot of courage. Okay? I don't want to use the word difficult because we built for this. Okay? We like a little challenge. Definitely over here on the channel, we like a little challenge. So don't be scared away and go back into your shell and put your blinders back on because you want to live a life of truth. A life of truth will take you further than a life of lies for your soul, for your spirit, and so much more to come. All right, so fam, so get a solid foundation. Don't be so negative to religions, okay? Religions have great foundation and great resources for you to reflect on, for you to have great insight on, for you to have great conversations, okay? There's great conversations that happen that's needed for you to learn, okay? Because you learn from within, but the right things have to be sparked, okay? The right things have to be toggled in order for that information to grow, in order for you to have clarity, and so on and so forth. All right, let me peek down. Another thing, so fam, rabbit holes. Ooh, be mindful. Look, my hands are like this because I've been through some rabbit holes, and I'm just lucky I didn't crawl deep into rabbit holes. Okay. And one way I avoided falling deep into rabbit holes was getting coaching, so fam. Doing my research on coaches that's been through it and that's there to help and that's speaking truth and speaking to them so that you can have more clarity. Like, okay, this person has been there, right? It's easy to read a book, yes, but it's even more delightful to speak to someone who has been through the obstacle and can give you that hands-on wisdom, right? Like, imagine if Malcolm X was still here, right? We would love to sit down and have that conversation with him. But come on, let's be real. We can't, so we'll read his book. The only thing is he can't give us conversation back when we have questions. So when we have questions, that's when we go to a coach. Now, this is just an example so you can understand how things work, all right? So if you are spiritual in any sense and you've locked yourself away, that is probably the worst thing that you can do because you're afraid, you're hiding, right? You think everyone is not out to get you, but you think everyone is negative, okay? And yes, there are some negative entities, we know, right? But that's why we build ourselves spiritually, so we can have understanding, okay? Maybe we need to shed light into that person's life. Oh, this person is negative? Okay, let's shed some light. Let's move accordingly. Let's be stern. Let's be clear. Let's have a great foundation, right? So we know that that person can be negative, but they can't break me, right? They can't break me, baby. This thing's strong. I could hear you. I could see you, okay? But you cannot break this foundation, okay? That is built brick by brick, layer by layer, okay? You can't buy a foundation. You only can build a foundation, okay? So fam, so in your spiritual life, find a coach for you. There are a lot of different coaches that you can connect with and talk to. And don't think the coach is out to get you for funds. As coaches, we have to charge. It just makes sense. You know, like if we're out here giving out free information, everyone's gonna be afraid. And now we're gonna jump into that, okay? We're gonna just leave it right there. So fam, do your research and invest in you. Oftentimes, we want everything to be free. We want everything to be free. And that's that broken mindset. That's that broken mindset. When you are spiritual, you'll understand you wanna spend that money in the right person's hands, right? You'll understand how to use money as a tool. That's what it is, right? You're just passing it along. Passing it along where it belongs in exchange for information that's gonna better you and bring you twice as much, okay? So invest into that coach that works for you, that you feel a connection with. Try different coaches. I've tried different coaches. And I'm like, okay, this one works, okay, this one. And when something doesn't work, it doesn't mean it was bad. Ooh. Okay, so fam, when something doesn't work, that does not mean it was bad. We often get into a place of spirituality because something bad has happened to us, and it kind of reverted us to the spiritual world, which is amazing. But you have to realize that people that don't go with you long term on your path, it's not there to hurt you. So when you let them go, we have to learn to start letting go with love. Oftentimes, we're not letting go with love, and we have this big ego on top of us that's just in like a forest hunt. You know what I'm saying? Like you just feel like you're fighting and you're fighting and you're making it more difficult than what it is. So be mindful, so fam, that the coaches that you're talking to and the people that you're connecting with are still people. Sometimes we lose the sight of humanity going into these journeys, and we just forget the heart of it all is that we're all still human. We're all still connected. Some of us are more hurt than others. And we have to start really doing the work to be that bigger person, right? To be that bigger person mentally takes a lot of understanding. It takes a lot of understanding. So if you still have those, grudges that you didn't let go, you still have a little more work to do spiritually. Okay? Moving right along. Okay, coach. A truthful reality, soul fam. Oftentimes, we're stuck spiritually because we're missing the bigger picture in our life, right? We're holding on to lies. We're holding on to lies that people have told us, and we're holding on to those people that we have to let go. Right? We want to grow spiritually, but we have to understand that when God is looking down and seeing the mess, He cannot bless. And if you have a couple messes, if you got a spill on aisle 3, a spill on aisle 4, and a spill on aisle 10, don't think any of those messes are going to get overlooked. You cannot hide or lie in the spiritual world. God sees all. So if you lying to yourself about a relationship that's hurting you, how can God help you? When the truth is right in front of you and you continue to close your eyes, turn the other cheek, have no faith. Right? When we turn the other cheek, we all know what turning the other cheek look like. Right? This relationship is pulling us down. We sad about it. We hurt about it. We tried to communicate. It's not working. It's not growing. Everything is chaotic. And we're trying to still bring it to the next chapter. Turn the page. I was going to say close the book. Turn the page. And face that let go. That let go. You see it? Ooh. Those relationships and people that we have to let go is hurtful, so fam. It is. Truth is, you'll understand that. I'll see you later. Because you don't want to be in the way of work that God is trying to do. God is trying to work on those people, but you keep thinking you God. You keep thinking you got it. You keep trying to control anything and everything around you. You have to let God do His work in those people's lives. And when your time is up and it's clear, move out of the way. Move out the way. You blocking your blessings and their blessings. Because they need these lessons. And they can't get these lessons if you in the way. Okay, so fam, move out the way. Move out your way. So fam, this is heavy. This is heavy. I'm gonna be honest. And I don't want to trip over my cord. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not. Swallowing the truth, hearing the truth, and seeing the truth is hurtful. And it's not going to take one day to just jump up and roll over and get up. When you're growing spiritually, it takes time. You have to be willing to take the time that's needed for you to heal wounds, for you to pick your pieces up, for you to keep going. But once the work is done, it'll be fun. All right, so fam, moving on. Another way to understand where you are spiritually is being mindful of your worship. I'm going to spell it out because I know my accent. Mindful of your worship. So worship is someone that we are praising, okay? Someone we are putting on a pedestal, right? You could have more than one person on your pedestal. Most people do. Be mindful, right, of who you are worshiping. Because there's only one worship that should happen, okay, with the Most High. So, take control of your mind. And I posted a video about this, about, do you know who's controlling your mind? See, so fam, oftentimes we're so unconscious to the control that people have put on our lives over a period of time, and we're trying to grow spiritually, but we're confused and we're stuck because we don't have control of our own mind. We can't even make our own decisions. We have confusion and we keep adding more confusion. We have someone to help us bring clarity, and we're making them the enemy. We're finding something wrong with them. We're picking at the people that's helping us the most. Stop looking for perfection in people and get the help that you need. No one is going to be perfect. You have to really look at people's fruit. Look at the fruit and you'll know the root. Okay? And some of us, we don't even know what fruit is. We think fruit is cars, likes, follows. It's not fruit. We have to be realistic and really draw back from this reality, right? Meaning the social media reality. That's what I'm talking about. And just look at the reality of a loving person. We know people. We have to see how they treat others. That's the biggest fruit. It's how you treated your neighbor, which is any and everybody you meet, not just your next door neighbor. All right, so fam, moving on. Having clarity within. This is the last one, and then we're going to do a part 2 because those other 2 are intense. Okay, so we're going to have a part 2, so fam, because I really want to go into those other 2 parts of this, which is probably about 3. And I don't want to bore you or straggle you along for hours talking about this. But so fam, when you grow spiritually to a high level, you have, I'm not going to say 100%, but I'm going to say 95% clarity, right? Everything is clear, meaning all your blinders are off. And you look at the world and you have an understanding that is timeless, right? And you have a lighter spirit, right? So you're not so afraid, you're not so judgmental, and you're not so locked away and hidden away from the world, right? You're going out and you're just happy. You're just happy and grateful for yourself. Okay, I'm gonna say yourself because you're happy about the little things that you kept overlooking about yourself, you know? And you start to dig deep within, and you don't let you can't even allow someone to just pick at you so easily. You know, you've become so solid with who you are that no one could just come and blow it down, basically. Oftentimes people never really finish anything or start anything because they keep easily being misinformed, misguided. And when you're misinformed and you're misguided, you just stay stuck. You just don't move. Okay? So you'll start to just make the change and the shifts smoothly. All right, we'll talk about this a little more. So, fam, take your time with these details. Watch this video twice. Okay? Watch this video twice. Get it into your spirit. Have clarity. And if you want to talk with me and conversate with me, the details to book a session with me are always below. Okay? I'm always giving my unbiased, most truthful opinion to you. I listen to you. I hear you. I ask questions. I hope you figure out the answers with that. I'm not telling you answers. Okay? You know the answers, but you have to have the right person sparking those questions for you. Okay? And that is what I do. And if you need a course to heal from rejection, we don't need rejection in our way or, causing us confusion. So take a course. I got a heal from rejection course, a build your confidence course, a build your brand course, or maybe you just need a book, so fam. And if you haven't got a copy of 77 Pieces of Poetry, find you some peace. When you grow spiritually, you have peace about things that are timeless. All right, so fam, in order to be a part of the Soul Fam, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and apply the knowledge. All right, so fam, apply the knowledge, and I encourage you, do research on me. Okay? I would. That way you have certainty. And I stay transparent with you because I already understand these things spiritually. And we need to know. So fam, Amelia Adair here. Thank you guys for tuning in, rocking with me, supporting me, and being there and growing and working on you. All right, so fam, it takes a lot to work on you. It's easy to stay comfortable. So if you're someone that's making the change and making the shifts, that means so much, and you should keep going. All right, so fam, Amelia Adair here. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm going to see you at the next one. Bye for now.